YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, SoundCloud, SoundClick. Shoot. My neighbors, those who like me and those who don't. And shoot, fossil. Anyways, Tommi Lahren. Tommi Lahren got her hat handed to her on Trevor Noah's show. And listen, I'm 6'2". I can bench press 300 pounds twice. I'm 50 years old. But I know who I can beat and who I can't beat. Okay? I know I'm not going to beat some 21-year-old, 310-pound football player. Playing for the Raiders or something. It's not a fight that I want. That's the comparison of what happened to Trevor Noah and Tommi Lahren. You know what I'm saying? In other words, she was out of her element. She tried to go head up with a guy who goes head up with any and everyone who has a political point of view that is skewed by racism. Trevor Noah makes a living out of making a mockery out of people who are trying to twist the media. This is what he does, and he's good at it. He has a show because he has a following, because he is wildly popular when it comes to sarcasm, cynicism, and the truth, pretty much. Now, some people are like, "Oh, you get your advice from Trevor Noah, or you get your information from Trevor Noah." It's just like, when you look at the media as a whole, you really have to pick and choose what you believe is real and not to be real. Because the media, we all know that Fox News skews the media constantly to make it look a certain way. And when you have somebody like Tommi Lahren and her show, I forgot what it's called, but her show, she has like 17 million followers. Like she has a lot of followers on Twitter, and most of what she does is on Facebook. So she has a wildly popular following that's like a bunch of right-wing, Republicans and whatnot, who and a lot of what she says is really, really racist. Now, she was holding her own for a short part of the segment. You could tell that she really had a passion about what she was saying. And but the problem with passion is passion can be misleading. Hitler had a passion for what he believed in. He killed 70 million Jews. You know what I'm saying? And countless others people. You know what I'm saying? So, Jewish people. So, you can have a following. You can have, a passion for something. You can have a zeal for something that can completely mislead you. And this is what I believe happened to Tommi Lahren. Now, I'm not a Tommi Lahren fan in any shape, form, or fashion because, one, I'm black. Okay? And when I say I'm black, I'm not only... Like, my skin is not only black, my attitude is too. Like, I'm not just black and my skin is black, because you have a lot of people who are Trump followers who are black. And they voted for Trump. Then you have a lot of people who want to beat those people up because they're black and they completely... would have nothing to do with Trump, because we know Trump, in our eyes, is a bigot and a racist. And that's just that. Like, he does not represent me. I don't care if he's president or not. He don't represent me whatsoever. Look, I don't listen to Plies, but the one thing Plies said Donald Trump is not my president. God is my president. Okay, so back to Tommi Lahren and her idiocy. Listen, the one thing Tommi Lahren said, and there were several, But the one thing Tommy Loren said, excuse me, my nose is running, that really, I think, canceled Christmas for her is the fact that she compared Black Lives Matter with the Ku Klux Klan. Now, the big brouhaha over the Ku Klux Klan was, Duke supported Trump. He's leader of the Ku Klux Klan. He also ran for Senate and he lost. But then Trump said, I don't even know who he is. You're running for president and you don't know who the leader of a Christian murderous cult is that has killed or it has hung 4,000 people. 3,000 plus of them were black, and then there was like 1,000 whites killed. Not only that, the Ku Klux Klan are all in the political system, the police system. They're all a part of that. Heck, on Martin Luther King Day, during one of our parades, they got on a float and was in our parade with hoods on and all that. The police have, where I live, have had hoods on and on TV. Police officer or a sheriff, with a hood on, and he's right there on, channel 6 News or whatever. So to say that you don't know who this individual is, that's just asinine. Everybody knows who David Duke is. And she said, well, what did the Ku Klux Klan do? That was it. Trevor Noah was like, what? Wait, what? Did you just say, what did he do? What did they do? Like, are you, see, Tommy Loren is young. She's only 22. And she's trying her best to get on Fox News, is what I believe. Just like that goofy woman that's on Fox News now. I can't stand Fox News. But she's a bigot, too. She's a racist, too. In every sense of the word. And Tommy Loren, blonde just like her, and she's trying to get into those ranks. And I made a video before. I was like, Tommy, this is war. Like, people are dying. You want to jump in and get in on this, and then you walking around with a gun, but you're talking about how people shouldn't have a gun. I'm like, Tommy, you gotta, you're out of your element, and it was only a matter of time before somebody shut Tommy Loren down. And like I said, she was well out of her element. Like, she could come on my block, and give us some political statements, and we'll be like, oh, okay. Well, you go on Trevor Noah, he just ate her up alive, and he he pretty much probably ruined their career, which social media has been known to do to people. Social media will either hail you or they'll nail you. And that's just the way it is. And so Tommy Loren was supposed to have a meeting with Charlemagne. They were supposed to talk again, but I think this time it was face to face because Charlemagne had given Tommy Loren a donkey of the day before because of some things that she said, and I think that began her downfall. When black media uh, started to invite Tommy to meetings and talk to her about her views. See, it's okay to sit behind a desk and, talk all the stuff you want and nobody question what you're saying. Like where she was talking about with Colin Kaepernick, and Trevor Noah was like, so how do you want black people to protest? Because, you're calling Black Lives Matter a terrorist group. You're saying that they're out here terrorizing people and you comparing them to the KKK. And I'm just wondering how many people have Black Lives Matter killed. She tried to bring up the shooting order. One guy, who never claimed he was part of Black Lives Matter, and that's what they do. And she bring up the shooting and he killed 5 officers, which I still don't believe that one guy killed those 5 officers. And I'm like, even if you look at the comparison to those 5 officers and the 900 black people who were killed by officers last year, and we're going to beat that number this year, you have no comparison, Tommy. There's no comparison to 5 and 900. It's just like she's so oblivious and so blindsided by her race and her blonde hair, blue eyes, it just, I mean, she reminds me of a Hitler type of person, in this race that thinks that they're superior. And I believe that's what she is. I think she's an elitist, and when you get on black media, you're going to have to hold your own, because black media is well versed on this country's history. And then she tried to talk about the immigrants who come here. And I'm just like, your people are immigrants too in this country, Tommy Lahren. You are an immigrant. And she's talking about the people that come here and don't, and skip the line for people who are waiting to get here. And she's like, they just come here. You guys got to watch it. It's just a bunch of nonsense. Just like Tommy, you're an immigrant. The only people who cannot say they're immigrants here are the American Indians. That's it. Everybody else came here and took over, or they came here by force. That's it. And then she was talking about how voting is fair, and it's just like, how is voting fair when the public voted over 3 million more people voted for Hillary Clinton, but Hillary is not in office? Educate me on that. How is that fair? The Electoral College is what? Donald Trump had, 279, and Hillary Clinton had 218. Who are these people in the Electoral College that speaks for everyone is who I want to know. Who are these people? How do they speak for everyone? Because they don't speak for me. That's why I stopped voting, you know? And I used to work in the House of Representatives. I used to work for the system. I'm ex-military. So I just wanted to say that about Tom and Ren. Like I said before, you're stupid, and now social media is caught up to you, and you're gonna go on your show and say something else stupid. And guess what? If you come on Black Media, Tom and Ren, I warned you before, but I'm a nobody, so you didn't listen to me. We're gonna eat you up alive. We're gonna take your career and we're gonna crush you in front of everybody, because you and anybody else who sit behind a desk and speak complete nonsense. She tried to talk nonsense about the Black Panthers, and what they were about, and Charlemagne educated her on that. She clearly knows nothing. Listen, if you keep spewing nonsense, we're just going to hand you your hat, Tommy, and that's just it. You are uneducated, and you're well out of your element.